Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this very brief presentation called Energy Healing Overview. I'm Dr. Cecil Cockerham, and I'll be facilitating this overview about energy healing in this video presentation. Now, I'm excited about this because this has been um, a interest of mine since 1995. In fact, in 1996, I became an EFT practitioner because I was doing counseling, coaching, and mentoring at that time. I had an office, but I needed to expand my broad perspective of how to deal with people with problems. And I discovered EFT. Now, for those of you who do not understand what that means, EFT is emotional freedom technique. Now, that was developed by Dr. Gary Craig from California. And if you're interested in that particular training, there are people who do that training and even give certifications in all languages, practically, because Gary has made that training available for people around the world in many languages. So if you Google EFT, you'll find hundreds of sites that if you have any interest in learning that. Now, I learned it and used it, but in 1996, I converted it. Now, what do I mean by a conversion of EFT? I called it EFTC. As a counselor, coming from a biblical perspective, I had the word C for Christ because everything is within Him. That is right. Now, some of you may not like that idea, but the truth of the matter is that we all came out of God. That's just a fact. We're energy beings created in the image and likeness of God. That's what the Bible tells us. You didn't create yourself. You didn't make yourself. God did. We're actually spirit beings. We're slowed down to visibility that we can recognize each other. And some people now have got onto that concept and they're known as energy healers. Now, throughout history, a healer has been known as someone who facilitates healing in another. That means they facilitate from Native American medicine men and women to the shamans of ancient. And they offered an amazing talent to heal suffering by tapping into and empowering one's own healing capacity. So let's go back to the root. We're spirit beings with the ability to facilitate healing in others. They just caught onto it and they started actually doing it where others were perhaps just mulling it over and not completely accepting the fact that we have the power to help each other. Now, present day energy healers contribute by healing the wounds in our society. They are naturally gifted and usually called to in this area of ministry by profound event or events. Now, I became an energy in this energy field of studies because I was looking for a better way, more expansive way to help my clients that were coming needing help, hope, and healing. And that's how I got into it. And then it converted, like I say, to EFTC, Emotional Freedom Through Christ, which has very profound effects on people to today. I use it as a coach, counselor, and mentor in my actually one-on-one counseling that I do on Zoom even today because it's very, very powerful. Many people seek training through our Quantum Life Now certification training. Now, that training is available at www.quantumlifenow.org. In that particular training, there's 12 modules, and actually developed out of a mentoring program I did in 2019 that had a group of people in America and other countries follow me for a year. And having done that, I decided to take all of that information, the information that those people used for that 12-month period of time, and put it into a website that you can actually go and get that training without me. It's all there on the website at www.quantumlifenow.org. You go to all the training and get certified by doing the work. It's convenient and it's much, much cheaper than having me to facilitate for you. It's normally 12 modules for $1,200, which was typically what was charged. Right now, there's a special for that price of only $200. Yeah, you heard me correctly. There's $1,000 discount. I want people to know about this training where they can help themselves, help their family, and other people if they're interested in going into the certification program, getting trained and helping other people with help, hope, and healing that they need. So that's available at www.quantumlifenow.org. Now, energy healing is a powerful approach to wellness that can revolutionize any life. Behind the scenes of our beautiful world, an unfathomable complex of network of energy fuels and connects everyone and everything. Albert Einstein said many years ago, everything is energy. And more as we learn about this energy, we're knowing that what he said was absolutely true. By learning to understand and apply this energy as medicine, we can powerfully steer our lives in better and better directions, healing what ails us and encouraging our vast personal potential for health, happiness, and meaning. What conditions can be treated physically? Now, that's an excellent question. What conditions can be treated physically? Your body is the ultimate superhighway of energy currents. Scholars throughout history have understood the invisible flow which courses through the body and has profound impacts upon its systems. Now, you can put this knowledge to use to energy healing certification, as I just mentioned at www.quantumlifenow.org. What can it treat? It can treat serious ailments like cancer and chronic conditions. It can repair old muscular or skeletal injuries. It can restore balance to the basic systems of the body like digestion and circulation. And it also promotes overall wellness and immunity. So it has a lot of values for our health. And I use it because it's a great way to maintain your health. Now, mentally, it also is very, very valuable. Your mind is literally a processor of tiny electrical impulses transmitted, is transmitting information across neurons and forms the basics for our thoughts. So you can't have a thought unless you have that energy flow. By addressing beliefs and mental patterns from an energetic perspective, you can liberate yourself from resistance and live each day with clarity and purpose. Now, here's some following possibilities. It can release internal roadblocks and beliefs you can achieve any goal. See, some people don't believe they can reach their goals because there are roadblocks, belief systems, even from early childhood, that people have said, you can't do this. And they believe they can't. And there are all kinds of can'ts. You can look that up. But you know what people have told you, but you know it's not really true. Any and everything is really a possibility. Like actually, if you study quantum physics, you know, even from that perspective, that is true. Now, develop a success mentality that steers you to abundance. Maybe you have been told that your family's poor, they'll always be poor. And you bought into the poor mentality of life, like in your social relationships, like in your financial relationships, just life. And that is not really true. You've read stories of people who came from absolutely nothing, living out of their car, going to school and getting an education, even a doctorate degree, even becoming a physician. We've heard all those kind of stories. It is possible because people have proved the fact that it is possible. Let go of old feelings of guilt and regret that hold you back. Do you have guilt and regret that's holding you back? If you do, let it go. How can you do it? By understanding this thing called energy medicine, energy psychology, the quantum ideas, and true spirituality. I teach all of those things because I think those are great, great subjects to embrace. You can conquer fears and build confidence from the inside out. You're an awesome person. Just believe it and receive it because the fact of the matter is, you are emotional. Your emotions are not random, nor merely reactive to your environment. They are also guided by the flow of energy through your body, specifically the energy center known as chakras. Here, these pathways will lead to happy, productive days and a warm and open heart. One of my techniques that I use to deal with trapped emotions, which everybody has them. In fact, I have a whole teaching on trapped emotions. And one of the systems that I have combined several to be able to do this successfully is the chakras. Ease the pain of depression and find the joy in everyday life. Release anxiety and replace it with calm and confidence. Soothe the anger at its root and lean toward compassion and understanding. Relieve long held sadness with a wise and gentle view of life. Wow. Isn't this wonderful how this energy medicine and energy psychology can relate to your emotional state for healing, health, wholeness? Wow, it's so wonderful that I'm able to share this brief overview with you. And I hope I can help you in any way that you see fit that you need. Now, spiritually, this is the bottom line here. This is important. As you harness the power of energy medicine to feel stronger, clearer, and more joyful, you will continue to embark upon your ever deepening spiritual journey. Open the door of new plateaus of understanding the natural nature of the cosmos and the unseen spiritual world. the kingdom within. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within. If you're looking for the kingdom out there, someplace, as many people are, you're just looking in the wrong place. You need to look within because we are a spirit being. Slowed down to visibility. Some have said that we can recognize each other on this planet called Earth. So let's look at this. It gives life a deeper and unshakable sense of purposeful meaning. Encourage your natural intuition and let it always guide you in good directions. Gain new insights into life's most profound questions. If you have great questions, you can find out that the great answers always have always provided for you in the kingdom. There's no lack in the kingdom. Harness your unseen connections to all people in your life. We are all connected by the energy field in this life. That's just a fact. Quantum physics is a good place to start. And it's not woo woo, it's just something that you can embrace by just a little study. In fact, it's really the buzzword of today, the power to heal. Power to heal is very real and has been observed by many cultures over thousands of years. Today, it is an exciting field of study, allowing people to expand their awareness to access the powerful, invisible God source and to serve as an energy factory. Now, some people don't acknowledge God, but the God source is the true source, and the kingdom, that God source, resides within you, and you may not even believe it, but you can believe and receive it, or doubt and do without it, as I have studied for over 25 years. An energy healer or energy practitioner reminds us that we are not powerless victims, but are full able to create the life that we want to live. You have the power. You have the power. You don't need to ask for more power. You have the God power residing within you. Just tap into it and see what can happen when you do. What it takes to become an energy healer? What does it take? Very different experiences can drive people to learn more about energy healing and decide to become an energy facilitator. That happened to me in 1995, even though I was doing counseling since the early 1900s and 89 and then into 90, 91 and 92, very much so as I was working in the college setting. Actually, setting up degree programs where I earned my first doctorate degree. So, but I had to add to it to have a more rounded perspective of how to bring help, hope, and healing to the people who were coming to me who needed that in their lives. Profound words, keen awareness, or a personal healing experience can all contribute. You sense you are interested in this unique type of ministry, and it is a unique ministry indeed. If this interests you, please contact me, Dr. Cecil Cockerham, at an email I'm giving you here, Dr. Cecil at iocc.us. That's DRCECIL at iocc.us. That'll come to me. and I'll answer your questions. Even if you live in the United States, I'll even call you back if you leave your phone number. And surely, any place in the world, you can email me, and I will email you back at Dr. Cecil at iocc.us. I'll be happy to communicate with you and give you the information that you need. I don't know what it is, and maybe you don't know what it is. In fact, I even do a free Zoom with people where we figure out what they are called to do. That may be you. Again, you can request a free Zoom and we can talk about what do you need. There can also be differences in one's goals, and that's true. Some people, for instance, can be interested in becoming an energy facilitator as a benefit to their family and friends. However, others may want to be a professional energy facilitator, such as the people who have become certified at the www.quantumlifenow.org certification program that you can find out all about that program, as I've just mentioned previously in this very brief presentation. We suggest that you identify which path is right for you, which skills you would like to learn, and which healing pathway that you would like to pursue. Some people just want to help their friends and family, and that's perfectly a wonderful thing to do. Then others are more called to could be more professional, even perhaps open an office and deal with people's problems. And you should have in your bag a lot of tools that you can pull out of to deal with a person when they come to you. One technique may be very probable for someone, but for someone else, it may not be. And I'm talking from experience. And that's the reason why it's important that you go and learn as much as you can about all the different modalities that are available to help a person. And you know, when it helps you, it'll probably help someone else. I know that was my experience. So, anyway, this is a brief presentation, and I want to let you know this is just an overview. And again, if you need anything, then let me know at drcecil at iocc.us. You might be interested in the Zoom observation that we can do to figure out what it is that you need or what is it that you want to do with your life. So anyway, contact me and I'd love to talk to you and help you in any way that I can. So be blessed today because you already are. Bye bye now.